Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope all doing well. So this video today on 4th of May, regarding how to install Firebase tools on your computer and to start using Firebase and Firestore. I will try to stop the video recording whenever there's something like not useful for you. So let's get started. In the beginning, I recommend you all, after you install, for example, let's say after you install Flutter, for example, let's say in this computer, I'm installing Flutter on users, which is preferred by also Flutter, then my user, then inside that one, you can make a folder like Flutter, you call whatever, and you can put inside that, you can install Flutter SDK from their website. I think most of you know about this. Also, you have to set up variables for the system for bin folder should be for Flutter, and for that, this is the Flutter variables for the Windows system. I'm going to show you after a while. Then for SDK, Dart should be usually in the cache file, then Dart SDK and bin. Also, this is for Dart variable. Let me show you in a practical what I mean. This is the folder. So you have to go, for example, in the search bar, you write environment better. And after that, environment variable. Then you go to the path here inside the user variable. You can check them. I prefer to put this one, for example, second one, Flutter, like exactly where you put Flutter, the bin folder of that one. And the bin folder for that SDK. So later, whenever you write Flutter here inside the command line, the Flutter is going to be working after you add these variables here. And this, for example, of course, is system variables, also path. I didn't add only, maybe if you get error, you should have this at least. Okay. System, I mean, 32 and Node.js. If you install also Node.js, of course, you have to install it. It will be done automatically, this one for you. No need for you to do it. So after that, you can, as you can see, you can write, for example, CMD, and it's better. You can start writing a Flutter and Doctor to see if everything is Flutter is fine or not. It will give you a summary, and of course, if you want more details, you can write Flutter Doctor and /b. You will get report full details. Okay. About what's happening. So let's see, for example, here after that. Okay, so Flutter is having last version. And this, as you can see, that also same thing, everything like checked. Well, Windows version is also is okay, has no problem. Android tool chain. So this one is command line tools is missing. So usually this one, how to install them? Let me show you. I guess I open a tab for this. It says you have to go and do it in this way to the settings in Android SDK. You have to tick this one. So let's try to go and do it. So file, settings, then let me find it. It was advanced tools or not? It was inside system settings. Where is system settings? Okay, systems, I think. Okay. After that, Android SDK. Okay, let's type it here. Type it in better, Android SDK. Okay, what's happening here? Managing Android tools. Why it's like this? The Android SDK location cannot be at the file root. Okay. Let's say, okay, I make edit, then Android SDK, this one. I will take also this, but where is an existing Android SDK was detected. The setup was only download missing. Okay, next. Next. Okay, let's do it. Install whatever missing for Android SDK. After that, we have to find this Android SDK command line. After this finish. Okay, now we have this one, Android SDK command line. If you can see it, it should be here somewhere. SDK tools probably. Okay. Let me also apply it. Okay, download. Let's see if we have something else. I think that's it, right? Android SDK build tools also should be, of course, applied. Let me check it out. It's already checked, right? Update available. Okay. I think after this, almost we. Okay. Let's now run again the Flutter SDK to check if everything is fine this time. Flutter. Still it's indexing, whatever. Let's wait for a while until it's finished. So I recommend that you go and solve every single thing here by Googling it or checking out if something wrong you have. Now we fix the SDK tools, right? Okay, a tool chain. This one was giving error. We fixed it. The Flutter is done. Windows done. This one is also done. Is there something left to do it? The Chrome, I have to install Chrome. Maybe I will stop it and install Chrome. It's useful for testing. I guess it's better to. Yes, we have an Edge. It's up to you. If you want to install Chrome, you can install Visual Studio. These are optionals. Let me stop the recording for a while to see what we have next step. So here after opening also under Studio, I'm watching and getting another error, which is this one. If you copy this one and paste it to your, for example, GPT or whatever tool that you are using, Chat GPT. Okay, paste. Let's see what is the. This one already we solved in the lab, if you remember. Okay. Still, I guess this one is not relevant, probably, to the error. Oh, I didn't copy maybe the. So select all. Copy. Okay, paste. Now you will get, for example, check PowerShell execution. Okay. So already we solved this one in the lab, but now we have to get execution process restricted, can change the ones and selected. So this one I guess was the correct thing. So let's open CMD. Let's say right copy this, paste. It doesn't, this one. It says open PowerShell, right? So PowerShell opened. Okay, again, Windows PowerShell, paste. Okay, it says, okay, A, yes to all. Type A. So access to registry, okay, cannot exchange. Let's open with admin. Could be this reason. Right click, run as admin. Yes. Okay. I guess that's it. Now it's done. So let's open again. Another one. Terminal. Let me open and close again. Android Studio. Hopefully this time it works. So as you can see, we are getting a lot of errors. We have to solve them, but the good thing it's only one time. If you solve these errors, that's it. Okay, allow access. Probably I have to close and open again. Okay, open, close again. If it's still there's error, I have to fix it. Until that, we have to go and next and finish all these errors until you you can start working on this execution bypass Android PowerShell. Let's see what is there something useful here. PowerShell no exit. Okay, let's go and check if something left. Or set. Okay. Let's use the other one. Check permissions. I think we have permissions for user accounts under Studio. Maybe it's we are not writing as admin. Let's check it out. Android Studio. Opening as admin. Still, it doesn't solve the issue, right? Okay. Let's go to the PowerShell. Right click as admin. Yes. This time unrestricted. Okay, make it A. And if we open again, still same issue. Let's check it out. Android Studio. As admin, yes. Still by C program files under Studio plugins terminal. Okay. Still there's an error, right? So let me check it out. I will stop for a while. Until that, I will tell you what's happening. Dear students, after you find the location for PowerShell on your machine, and for example, you go to settings, then terminal, and you have to find where is the PowerShell on your machine. I think this is default place. If it is the same place, that's it. You can keep it. If not, just you can search where is this file and write the location for this one. So after that, you can see now Android Studio started working with the terminal is also working. Then what we have else now, I think it's better to test like your Flutter is working app by opening, let's say, device manager, running device. You have to run your device, Android device for testing. Okay, has terminated. I will create another device if there is such an issue. Delete. Okay, add a new page virtual device. Let's say I will pick any phone. Next. If you have any installed version of Android, you can use it. For example, this one is installed, it seems. So next, finish. Try to run the device. If it works, test the application, everything fine. So you can go to the next step, working on other and Firebase tools. It will be much easier if you do this. I will stop the video because it might take recording. It might take a while to start the device. When I was trying to running in the beginning, it was say a Dart command. It says git is not installed for me. There is no git. So I just went to downloading git for Windows. After I download next finish, it's done now. Dart also whenever I write that is also working. Dart command line, which is really good. But still, I'm just waiting for the emulator to start. I have to start the emulator so we can continue. Okay, dear students. So now let's say after I show you like how to start with it, uh, let, let's open Android Studio after we fix the errors that we have, some of them. Now I'm going to open Android Studio and you have to install now Firebase tools, as you can see here, for example. You install Node.js, for example, also should be done already before. For installing Firebase, this one. Okay, not Defender, not this. It was installing Firebase CLI. Open a new link. So this one you have to write the command, of course, installing Node.js first. Then, as I show in the, for example, this one, Node.js, you go to download, and you download this one on your machine, next, finish, until after that, you can start working on um, installing the Firebase CLI. So you have to write one command in Node.js, which is this one, npm install on Windows, right? This is Windows, yes. npm install Firebase tools. After you run this one here, you can run it here on your machine, for example. It will take a while to install, maybe it will take 1-2 minutes. After that, you go and work on this next command, which is Firebase login. Let's go back, Firebase login. Then activate the global Firebase Flutter Fire CLI to install the Flutter Fire CLI. Okay. After that, you can run the configure. Then you can start adding the list that you have. I mean, list of, but before this, probably I think we can, let's see it. Configure, maybe use to connect the Firebase from your Flutter project directory. Run to start the application configuration or configure. Okay. It will ask you to choose which one, Android, iOS, or one of them or all of them. And you can selecting your project also. Good. So we have these 3 commands left. Let's see. Okay, it's done. Let's go and now Firebase. We have login. After that, let's do the login for Firebase. Already login. Very good. Otherwise, it will ask you to go to the browser and log in to your application or to your Firebase. Sorry. Then you have to create a new project, as we explained before in the class. Then we have to run this one. Okay, let's run it. Control V, enter. Activating the Flutter command line. Okay, this one also almost done. After that, Flutter Fire configure, copy. After configure, we are going, I guess, to start working on adding the packages that we need and start working on the project. Anything happens, always I ask you to. You can get the error from Android Studio to GPT, better chat GPT and try to work with it until you solve the error. So now also Control V. So Flutter file configure, enter. Okay, Flutter file configure, still it doesn't become activated. Let's open another one. Still it says there is an error. That's weird. Since we added this, activated this Flutter Fire CLI, it said activated. So it's weird. Flutter Fire. Again, there is error, which is error. Okay. So warning, pub installs executable to user Muhammad. Pub cache bin, which is not on your path. You can fix by adding this directly to your path. So let's try to do it. Now this is the error. The package Flutter file is already activated in newest version. To recompile, write dot pubdev flutter deactivate. Okay, we don't pub install executable. So let's take this warning, which is not in your path. You can fix that by adding to your system path variable. Let's check out this one if we can do it on with GPT, if we can do it from the command line, or we have to do it by going to system variables. So let's see, is it working for Windows? Is it working on Windows? Make sure this way is not for Mac or something else. What was adding what? This one. See users Muhammad app data. If you go and check it here, what it says. This one also you can add the command path, system path variable. You can add this one. Let's do it manually now. Copy to be safe. Environment. Okay, environment. Then we have to go to the path, edit, new, paste, enter. Okay, okay. Then that's it. Hopefully this time it works. Let us close this one. Let us repeat this, configure, okay. Why it doesn't work? In this case, could I open another one? Shell. Not this. Right. Better. Send the current directory does not appear to Flutter application project. Yes. So it's working. I have to open again. Flutter Fire. Probably, let me check out if something different than what I'm writing there. CMD. Flutter Fire. It's working here. There it doesn't work. Probably I need to close and open Android Studio. Let's do it quickly. Android Studio, okay. Okay. So activating this one already, I think done. I will activate again for the project. Okay, then I will write. I think this one already done. But anyway, I'm just repeating it again. After that, I'm going to run the Flutter Fire. If it works, so we can continue. Okay, it works now. Let's continue now our steps where we have been. So now after that we have okay, we did this one, Flutter Fire configure. Fetching project. Let's now getting. So now it's very good progress. We can choose the project, the platform that you want to work on. For the now we can see by using arrows, you can choose which one. For example, this one, chat application, IT products, my first project, testing Firebase. For example, let's use this one. You can choose any one of your project that you want to use. I mean, to connect with this app and to use it. Whenever you connect to one of these, of course, you are going to put the database inside that project and connect it. For example, what you want to choose by using, I think, space, you can use which one of these, Android and iOS. Okay, enter. I will keep it like this, or you can just I can remove iOS keeping Android only. It's up to you by using space. Enter. Now it's going to be connecting this application with the project, which was the Firebase test project. If it is done, very good. Now we can start adding packages from here. I think it's done right. Very good. Perfect. Let's go now and work on the other steps. Let's say now I want to, I finish this step. It says now you can start adding your these files to your project, to the main.dat. After that, you can go to your Android diff folder and you can see Firebase options has been added also to the files. Okay. Let's see now what we have. We said we go to the main.dart. We add these files. Okay, Firebase core says what error? Let's choose now H and just run it for testing to get rid of these errors. Anyway, okay, these errors Firebase not found. So probably couldn't resolve package core. Let's add the package. Till now we don't have the package. Yes, no problem. We forget one step. So we go to the terminal and we go back to the, we have this one, Flutter file configure, pop other Firebase. Where is adding in configure? Adding in packages. Where there's here, Flutter pop add, and we have to add it before that. Add Firebase core. This one I forget. Okay, that's why. It should be before the pub configure. This step should be before configure, Flutter file configure. That's why we are getting it on now. After a while, this error is going to be gone and we can start working on the database. We're going to do simple testing for this. Okay. So let's see now what we have. I think it's fine. So, okay. Let's see now. Everything seems fine. Regarding our project. Okay, we should go now and check the abstract of YAML. We have added one package so far, which is Firebase core. And of course, we need another package for authentication, and we need also, for example, let's go. So whenever we want to add more packages, you can go here, pressing the up arrow, and you have Flutter add Firebase authentication core. And we need, for example, another package, I guess, for Firestore, Cloud Firestore. Then we need, for example, others. Whenever we need something else, we can copy and paste. Add Cloud Firestore. Okay, this one also will be added now here after the core. Okay, now another one added. Everything looks fine. Let's go and do some testing. For example, let's go to our Firebase project. Firebase testing. Get started. This is the, I think, testing Firebase. Okay, choose it for a while. Let's also check it out. I think from here we can check it out. We can find the project name that we have. Testing Firebase. Sounds good. Okay. Let's see, we want to create database for testing. So where is the project overview? This is the project overview. Where is database? The application Firestore database. Oh, we have already. We have these messages. Let's try to get them. If you don't have, you can start now creating a new collection. For example, we can make the new, for example, default messages, and you can put also document inside this one. But we have it already. I mean, we have these messages. After creating connection, for example, you can add a new document auto ID, and also can add sender, for example, Muhammad. For example, text, field name, for example, Salam, and let's say, pass out your mobile application or whatever environments. Okay, I think that should be compatible. All of them, sender and text field variable name should be the same for all. Seems correct. Let's try to go and find it, how to do it there in the application itself. So now the application is running, I guess, or not. Let's run it. So let's go now to the, for example, here we can create our Firebase object. Let's add the stateful widget, we can make it. Or wherever you like. So let's make it here. This document. Okay, nice. For example, Firebase. So now the right, Firestore. Okay, we'll build the package. Import, Firestore. Out. This one, just to remember, it was called Firestore. So it should be like this. Firestore. Okay. Package name should be Cloud Firestore. Yes, Firestore. Okay. Something. So we have now to initialize a few things. For example, let's see. Now, one of the things that we forget here, for example, is to go back and we have to go and check out what we have to do. Is it here or the other one? The other one, right? Which I forget. I'll wait for Firebase, this one. But still, I think there is more lines of code. Where is the main dot dot, main dot dot? Probably there is another code also to be added. Anyway. Let's go and do it. Where is the main function? Okay. Just make async function for the main to be activating the wait. Firebase initialize, I guess it's correct. Let's make it future. Okay, run again. Now it's complaining that this one is not for web, this application, and it probably doesn't work. You have to use okay, default Firebase has not been configured for web. You configure CLI. Again, it says you have to use the phone as long as you want to use Firebase, because this one only for default answer. Firebase option has not configured. You can reconfigure this by running Flutter CLI again. You have to choose web and then it works in this case. Of course, you can make it again in this way. Let's try it. But this is not very recommended way. I mean, just because I don't have access to the, let's say, I don't have access to what? Do you want to configure? Yes. I press now, no, just to go and get the other projects. To get the project again and make it Fire Web also, Firebase for Web. I'll choose it, testing Firebase, same project. I will just make it this time also Web. Android. Android already chosen, right? So no need for going for Android again. Only I'm adding web for this time. So I can run it on the browser. Instead of using what we call it, the Android emulator. Hopefully it works now for browser to be tested. Okay, now let's do it again. Finish this one again now. Works right this time. Great. So now let's say I want to add Firebase Firestore. Let me check it. Firebase Firestore. It's Firebase added, but Firestore import. Let's make the double check. What's happening there? We have the package object to make sure it's downloaded. Now let's go back. Import. Okay, class Firestore done. I got it. Why it's show error? Because of the simple, right? Then after that, let's go and make an instance to access the database. We have to make an instance or object, Firebase, Fire store. I think it was Firebase, Firestore. Okay, Firebase, Firestore. F equals again Firebase Firestore dot instance. Done. So this one, this object, or we can call it FB, will allow you to access your what do you call it, your database. After that, now it's best to find a place to add function, where you should add your function. For example, let's say I want function, whenever I call it will get the database and the data inside database. So let's say where is the function? This is an increment counter. What is the code for this function? An increment counter. We have a function here. It's called. Okay, this is the function. It has set state also. We can delete it now. So inside this function, we can write, for example, our instance variable fb dot collections. The collection name, let's say it was messages, as you know, messages. Here you can go and see it again. Where is the Firebase? It's here, right? So this is the collection name that we need to write, and then the variables that we have. Let's continue. So after you access the messages, you have a get function, which will get for you whatever you have there. Inside that, it will get the collection. Then after that, you can write, for example, the code in a different way. Just I want to get it in an easy way. Okay, we can, if you think about it, maybe it's better to follow our style. And for example, maybe it's better to make it final. Then we say messages. Then this messages equal are coming from this place. Then, for example, we can, after that, I think we can improve it by doing, even we can use it for loop, for example, or if you want to make it inside the for loop, also could be possible. So it's up to you. I mean, if you want to use for loop, we can use for loop to get the data from that one, because it has for there var, for example, I in messages. Then, for example, messages dot, of course, documents, because this one. Okay, why doesn't show the docs? Begin end. Messages. We have to make the, okay, the async. And we have to make here, for example, we have to wait for a while. I'll wait for the collection to come. Then after that, it will be our safe. Then if you want to print, we can print, for example, I dot data to see them. And of course, now if we have some text, let's say counter, I'm going to make it integer, not counter. You can keep it counter, or you can make it, for example, string. Let's make it a string text. For example, we can refactor, rename, we make it text, enter. And this one, let's make it refactor, rename. It's not used for this one, it's only declaration one time, string text. Let's make it in the beginning empty. And here, for example, I think we can make it in this way. Let's say, if you think about it, we can say text after that, text equals I dot data, for example, but still a type casting. Okay, let's do it as string. Come on, then let's try to use, after finishing it for loop, let's say it's called set state. to update the text. Okay, now we have the text. Let's see it. Still not very well. You have to push this one. Okay, you have to go and find the text there inside the widget. Okay, text is there in the beginning. Let's make a something in the beginning there. Then after we press the button, let's think about it. We have to bring the text. Then after we click the text, we have to update it, right? So it's better to update the text always. In this case, if you think about it, think about now the text is updated, okay. In the beginning, hello. Now if we click on it, is there something we have to check around? Are we getting or not the text? It's coming, Muhammad, mobile applications, class, and so on, right? So let's delete this, delete. If you click on the button, it comes. The data are coming here, but we are not updating on the screen what's going on in the code. We are getting the data. After user press the button, where is the button? We are getting the data and we are putting them inside the, let's use toString better. Okay, then for example, if we click on a plus, salam to my student, sender Muhammad, so it comes right. Data are coming from database. I think that's very good till now. Checking the data are coming, everything is fine. I'm just following the text similar that to your lecture notes. Okay. Thank you. I hope it was useful. If you have any questions, you can ask whenever you want on the comments in Google Classroom, or you can visit me also. Wish you the best.